We love hip hop.
J. Cole. J. Cole has dropped the Birthday Blizzard mixtape, 4 songs. You could only find it available on thefalloff.com, which is a pretty cool concept, right? I think it was like $1 a song. I didn't end up paying for any of the songs, to be honest. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I ended up just going on YouTube and listening to the songs over there. But all 4 songs, fire. He's rapping his ass off in this one. He's in great shape. He might have dissed Drake on a couple of songs. There's the line about Lucian Grainge, and I'm gonna ask here: can J. Cole still be Big 3? Okay, just check y'all temperature, because he's rapping his ass off. I think he's talking his shit. He's like, yo, I'm still that guy. I got knocked off the top. Whatever, my apology knocked me down, and whatever the bar was, he said, but I still came back, or watch when I come back and lap you niggas. Like, he was going off. But the disses to Drake, I don't know what the sentiment is. There's a few clips that I will play. One from Maul as well, because maybe we can get to the bottom of this beef over here. Okay, so let's start with the disses. Okay, salute the Top 5 Troy. He did a great video on this. I think that we can react to and get a little bit more insight. I hate that we're still here, because every time these guys mention something, take shots, and obviously we can't wait for them to drop music and maybe get some information from the music. It literally brings us back to 2024 every time. And then I know what I'm going to see in the comment section later on. Oh, you're beating a dead horse. How are you still talking about this rap battle, this Drake Kendrick shit? Like, no, bro. Every time anybody from the quote unquote Big 3 drop music, they bring it up. What did I miss is all about the whole battle. And we're still listening to it right now. So
I think it's going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. It's a mistake for J. Cole to think that Drake is an ally. I don't think Drake is an ally. And that's exactly what it seems like is happening. Yo, J. Cole just dropped his new mixtape. It's called Birthday Blizzard, and he's talking spicy on this. We got shots at Drake, shots at Joey Badass, shot at Joe Budden. So we gonna get into every diss on this J. Cole mixtape.
Fab, like my brother named Paul Kane.
So this strikes me as a shot at Joe Budden.
Where do you truly stand? He didn't mean it. It sounded like he didn't mean it. His voice was trembling like he didn't mean it.
J. Cole says, living ghetto fab like my brother named Paul Kane. Fabulous and Paul Kane, they have a song together called Niggas, and Joe Budden is the last verse on that song. So J. Cole goes from mentioning Fab and Paul Kane, but he doesn't mention Joe Budden right there, right? And they're on the same song. This is like their biggest song together, but he doesn't mention Budden. Instead of name dropping Budden, he goes on to mention
grown men peddling gossip of all things.
Grown men peddling gossip. Then he says, nowadays, you can make a grip commentating.
Nowadays, you can make a grip commentating if you master 2 skills, either dick riding or hating.
If you master 2 skills, dick riding or hating. Now, Joe.
Before we get to the Kendrick and Drake stuff, right? Or the Drake disses, because he ain't dissing Kendrick. Do y'all think he's dissing Budden? Because I feel like when I was listening to Rory and Maul earlier, they thought that that he was dissing them. I think he might be just talking about all the media. But the way that Troy's breaking this down right now, you might be onto something. I ain't gonna lie.
Budden has become the poster child for haterism.
If a nigga hating, call him Joe Budden.
If a dude hating, call him Joe Budden. And a lot of times people see him as a major gossiper. So all these things combined, these generalizations that people already make about Joe Budden, combined with the Fabulous and Paul Kane reference, one of Joe Budden's most famous verses on the song Niggas. To me, this is a reference to Joe Budden. I don't know what Joe Budden may have said about.
I don't want to hear about that J. Cole record again. Boy, you J. Cole fans in that community were hurtful. I don't want to hear a fucking peep out of Earthstone Twitter.
It seems like J. Cole did not take kindly to that.
Wow. Hold on. I got to stop the show for a second. That is a rough shot right there, homie. Adam Adams says Joe Budden is a failed rapper. Joe Budden is a failed rapper turned gay hater. Holy shit, bro. That is a hard shot. Uppercut there, brother. Damn. I fuck with Joe. Gay hater is crazy. Why? Because he did that little freaking rage bait thing that time? He was just joking.
Now, there's a bar later on the album, actually at the end of the album, where J. Cole says,
And all the old rappers getting bags podcasting. It's beautiful.
yo, old rappers turning a podcaster. I actually don't think that's a shot at Budden. I think he's actually genuinely happy for those people because at the end he says it's beautiful. I don't think that one's a shot at Joe Budden. I think this one is clearly a reference to Joe Budden with the mention of Paul.
Hold on, Troy. You don't think that one was a shot at Joe Budden? That was a direct shot, bro.
Kane and Fabulous.
Young Simba, some niggas threw some hate my way, but only thing that they should say is Cole, you like a father to me.
All right, so this is a shot at the rapper Simba. So Simba said some things about J. Cole.
Big 3 fucked up, Cole gave up his spot now. Can't say you top 5 if you scared to be hostile.
These old overused talking points about how.
Listen, big salute to Top 5 Troy. He's doing the heavy lifting for us today.
J. Cole is not Big 3 anymore or whatever. And I like the wordplay J. Cole does with this because the rappers who was hating on him, his name is Simba. But J. Cole obviously has been calling himself Simba his entire career. He has a song called Grown Simba, Return of the Simba. It's kind of been his thing his entire career.
Well, you let Nas down, but you done let Boz down and Cos down. You done let the squad down.
So he tells Simba, you're a toddler to me.
Young Simba, some niggas threw some hate my way, but only thing that they should say is Cole, you like a father to me.
Young Simba. So here it's a double entendre because if you don't know who Simba is, and a lot of people don't, you just think J. Cole is referencing himself. Like, I'm Young Simba. Like, he's been calling himself. But by calling him Young Simba, he's basically
double entendres. Don't ask me how.
Calling him his son. Like, yo, y'all toddlers to me. Stop bothering me. Young Simba threw some hate my way. But really, Cole, you a father to me. I think this is a magnificent diss, right? Because it's dissing Simba without giving him too much light. Because it's not like a lot of Cole fans are going to go and...
Yo, anybody who's watching on Twitter, somebody go tag Top 5 Troy and let him know we're reacting to his video right now. I might want to get him on the line.
Look up who Simba is after this because they just think he's referencing himself when he says Young Simba. But obviously, Simba himself knows the shot is for him.
Can't say you the GOAT if you ain't popping it. We ain't trying to hear all them apologies.
Yeah, if you don't know Simba, he had some momentum a couple years ago, but he kind of like killed all of his momentum by...
Okay, I don't care about the Simba parts. Let's get to the Drake shit. Let's get to the Drake shit, nigga.
Dumb niggas so they sold a Lucian.
All right, this is a nasty, disgusting bar. For crumbs, dumb niggas sold their soul to Lucian. There's...
When I heard that bar right there, I was like, damn, Cole. You know that Drake has or had business with Lucian. I know Kendrick has business with Lucian also. And there's a lot of rappers who have business with Lucian. So we're not going to, Lucian Grainge, for the people who don't know. So we're not going to act dumb. But, bruh, you know how the audience is going to perceive that. You know that people are going to be sitting around on their cheap old podcast mics discussing, is that a diss towards Drake? And you still let it go in the studio. You don't give a fuck. You're like, yeah, let them think that way. Fuck Drake.
No way O can convince me that this bar is not about Drake. Allow me to explain. Drake recently done a $400 million deal with UMG. UMG, who Lucian Grainge is the CEO of UMG. Drake basically sold a portion of his music to UMG. There's the reference. Sold your soul to UMG, aka Lucian. But here's what I think is so nasty, right? Lucian's name is kind of close to Lucifer, which is what people call the devil. It's like a pseudonym for the devil. Y'all know the Jay-Z Kanye song, Lucifer, Lord forgive him. He got them dark forces in him. They're referencing dark.
I'm going to follow him on this for a second.
So it's a way to say, yo, you sold your soul to the devil, Lucifer. And it just so happens that Lucian Grainge's name is close to Lucifer. So it's almost a double entendre. This is a nasty.
You know what? You might got something right there, Troy. Good call right there. Sold your soul to the devil, Lucian. Ooh. Somebody said something over here on the screen. Let me just push this. I think he's talking about everyone. I might be getting old and friggin' just giving everybody the benefit of the doubt these days. He might be talking about everyone, but you know that people are going to interpret it as, are you talking about Drake? Are you talking about Kenny? And from process of elimination, we have deduced that he ain't talking about Kendrick because he don't talk to Drake no more. But we'll get to that.
Bar. Then he goes on to say, yo, universal distribution, but I own the music.
Universal distribution, but I own the music. Best nigga still breathing, leaving no confusion.
So it seems like Cole is saying, yeah, UMG helps me distribute my music, but I own it. Unlike you, Drake, who just sold your catalog to UMG. He mentions Lucian Grainge, he mentions Universal. This is obviously a reference to Drake's $400 million deal that he done with UMG. Drake is in the middle of a rollout with the Iceman album, where the entire point of the rollout is like airing out his grievances with UMG and Lucian Grainge. So this bar is also very timely. There's just no way J. Cole can convince me or anyone else that this is not a shot at Drake, right? And I told y'all when the beef versus Kendrick and Drake, before it even really...
One in the chat, gang. One in the chat if it's a shot at Drake. Two in the chat if it's like, nah, bro, you reaching, man. You reaching, man. That ain't nothing about Drake, bro. You guys think, oh, you guys are narcissists or friggin' you have a parasocial narcissist relationship with Drake, man. Everything ain't about Drake, man. All right, I'm seeing some ones. All right, one in the chat if y'all think that line, that Lucian Grainge line specifically is about Drake. Two in the chat if it's, nah, bro, you reaching, bro. You know, reaching violation. Oh, there's some twos. There's some twos. Oh, shit. I might have to go with a one also. You talking about Drake, nigga. He wants to smoke.
Kicked off. Before we had push-ups, tailor-made freestyle, euphoria, before we had any of that, I said at the end, it's not going to be Drake versus Kendrick. It's going to be Drake versus J. Cole. I think it's going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. It's a mistake for J. Cole to think that Drake is an ally. You had Drake making fun of J. Cole on his private Instagram account, you know, making the whole Jay-Z joke, which is a funny joke, but I mean, still. And now you got J. Cole.
Hold on, let me stop this. Remember when J. Cole got his phone stolen out of his pocket by a fan, and they called Jay-Z from it, but he wasn't answering, so they called from their phone, and then he picked up. There's a word missing. Oh, so they called from their phone and he picked up. Okay, I get it. When was this? This is back in 2019?
Throwing a shot. And then to cap it off, he says,
Niggas cheating and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it, stupid.
dude's cheating and I won't excuse it.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. Troy. Say it again. Say it again. Holy shit.
Wrote it, stupid.
Dude's cheating and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it, stupid. If this don't...
Oh. Bro. I got to change the poll. I'm changing the poll. The original poll I have up here is, can Cole still be Big Three? 58% of y'all say no, 42% of y'all say yes. So that's pretty close. That's pretty close. I got to change it. I got to change it. Does Cole, all right, let's put J. Cole, be specific, have beef with Drake? That's what I want to know now. That's what I need to know now. Holy shit. That was a slick shot, but like when you break it down, that was like, claws are out, bro. Like we went on tour together, fam. Now you're questioning my pen? Like, bro, I bought you on First Person Shooter and gave you your freaking first #1 Billboard song. And now you're saying things like, what is it? Say that shit again. Holy shit. Niggas cheating, but I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it. Stupid. Wow. If I said it, then I wrote it. Them ones there, boy. That one. Hold on. What do you mean? Friday Your Bias trying to make it seem like Drake made Cole. I don't think he made Cole. Cole was already big three, and I still think he's part of the big three in my opinion. But he was already big three when Drake bought him on tour. Okay. And he didn't bring him on tour like, here, little bro, let me bring you on tour and freaking show you what it's really like. Like, J. Cole was already selling out arenas and doing his thing. So don't get that misconstrued. But like, he extended his arm to him like, fam, let's go make some bread together. Then you get into this, we get into this rap battle. Nigga jumps out the woodwork after we're hugging on stage, talking about the big three. It's the Spider-Man meme. And then this nigga jumps out and says, fuck the big three. It's just big me. This is both of us. You react first. Okay? Do we have to reiterate this shit again? Cole reacted first. I downloaded the song, the Might Delete Later song there, the 7-minute drill. I have it on my hard drive right now. I downloaded it. I don't know what was the foresight, but he deleted the song. Then he got on the stage and he said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If Kendrick, man, I respect you. And if you decide to do whatever you're going to do, like if you're going to just diss me after I apologize because, I'm so scared of you, then I'm just going to have to take it on the chin. Pause. But that's verbatim what the man said. I'm just going to have to take it on the chin. So I'm sorry. And if you diss me, then I'll let you get a punch in. And then Drake jumped out the woodwork and got, listen, I was about to say damn near got his head taken off, but that's just crazy, all right? But he did get beat on. You know what I'm saying? He got beat on. I'm not going to be a freaking the disingenuous podcaster or streamer over here saying, oh, but then, he kind of won because he won in the long run. In that specific time, that nigga lost that battle. Okay, but you jumped out the woodworks saying, like, let's go get this nigga, and then took it back. So I say all of that to say, why you questioning the man's pen now about niggas cheating, and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it. Holy shit, man. You can't trust none of these niggas, bro. Even the dread with the freaking bicycle, you can't trust, bro.
If I said it, then I wrote it, stupid.
Dude's cheating and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it, stupid. If this don't confirm that this is about Drake, I don't know what will for you. Drake is basically the poster boy for ghostwriters, for getting your raps written by somebody else. This is probably the most common critique on Drake, other than critiquing his blackness and his identity. So if you just take one of these bars, and you could probably say, yeah, that could be applied to anybody. But all this together within 4 or 5 bars of each other, it's pretty damning. And I love it. Now, if J. Cole comes out and says, yo, this bar, it ain't about Drake. It could be about anybody. It's just about all the rappers.
That's what he's gonna do. That's the problem I have with Cole, because I fuck with Cole. Every time I listen to new Cole music, I'm like, bro, y'all niggas just to take it easy. I say it on the podcast. I'm always like the idiot who's like, yo, just take it easy on Cole. And these niggas be arguing me down. Nah, bro, he's a pussy. How did he back out the battle? Bro. And I'm like, I know he did that, but like, did you hear the Cloud song? So I'm a sucker for good music, bro. Just give me some good music and I'll forgive you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not everything, okay? If you're a PDF, like, you're out of here. But like, give me some good music, bro. You caught a body. Let me hear what your next song sounds like, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, these niggas, I feel people are a little bit too hard on this guy. But, broski, you can't just do that, fam. You can't do that, bro.
Who sign major deals. Yeah, I would agree with y'all that he's actually pussy. Like, a lot of people critique J. Cole like he's pussy and all this for apologizing. I don't agree with that. But if he tries to pass his bar off as if it's not about Drake, bruh, I would need a hell of an explanation.
He's gonna do that, fam. He's gonna get on not Twitter because he's not on socials like that too tough. He's gonna get on the next interview or like sit down that he does, which is in a super interesting way, or a next episode of his own podcast, and say, I don't know why everybody keeps on thinking I'm talking about Drake, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys be looking way into too much stuff, always looking for blood. They want blood. You guys remember that whole speech this nigga made on the stage? They want blood. I know they want blood. And J. Cole
had me moving in an unusual way, right?
Unusual.
It had me moving in a way that I damn near was thinking about and listening to people's expectations of me and then responding off of that, right? And around the time I made this song, I had just more of a spiritual alignment. I got more in tune with God, like for the first time in my life and the most clearest time in my life. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? And I was conflicted because one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted.
This Doc 3000 ass nigga.
But the world want to see blood.
Want to see blood.
I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I
want to see blood.
All of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like
it doesn't sound good how many years later, bro. It doesn't get better.
For crumbs, dumb niggas.
Almost a double entendre versus Drake. For ghostwriters, for getting your raps written by somebody else. This is probably the most common critique on Drake, other than critiquing his blackness and his identity. So if you just take one of these bars, and you could probably say, yeah, that could be applied to anybody. But all this together within 4 or 5 bars of each other, it's pretty damning. And I love it. Now, if J. Cole comes out and says, yo, this bar, it ain't about Drake. It could be about anybody. It's just about all the rappers who sign major deals. Yeah, I would agree with y'all that he's actually pussy. Like a lot of people critique J. Cole like he's pussy and all this for apologizing. I don't agree with that. But if he tries to pass his bar off as if it's not about Drake, bruh, I would need a hell of an explanation.
If the streams say you're winning while your tours is losing.
If the streams say you winning while your tours is losing. Now I could
before he makes his point, because a part of me thought that might have been for Drake, but then I was like, the tour did well. What is he talking about? So let's hear what Troy got to say.
I understand why some people will believe that, yo, J. Cole is just applying this to the whole music industry. I agree. I've been telling y'all on this channel. I mean, subscribe if you haven't followed already. Y'all see, I'll be right about a lot of things, but I've been telling y'all that pretty much every mainstream artist is like manipulating streams. So yeah, this could apply to a lot of people. J. Cole is juxtaposing the streams, which equals sales and first week sales, which are super manipulated. People lying about doing 100K first week, 200K to try to attract more organic listeners. He's juxtaposing it with the tours, with the shows. Okay, if you can sell 100K first week, why can you not sell out a 1,000-person venue? Why can you not do bigger venues?
Okay, so that's not for Drake.
But recently, he did have to cancel his Anita Max win tour. So maybe that has something to do.
Sorry, my bad.
The streams say you're winning. The streams say you're growing. So why aren't you putting butts in seats? And I don't know if this is so much about Drake, but I guess it could apply. I mean, Drake is one of the highest touring artists of all time. But recently, he did have to cancel his Anita Max win tour. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I do think that this could be applied to a lot of different rappers or just to the rap game.
Reaching violation
in general.
That mean the bots is boosting, cut the tough guy image, it is not conducive to.
So after talking about the streams and how, you know, your tours is losing, cut the tough guy image. So let's really narrow it down. Who could he be talking about? Yo, your streams looking good, but your tours is losing, but they're not selling out, they getting canceled. The bots is boosting. Cole is taking angles that Kendrick has already taken on Drake. Kendrick already accused Drake of using bots. You're playing dirty with Zach B and Twitter bots, etc. Then he caps it off with cut the tough guy image. It's not conducive. This is another very common critique on Drake.
It's giving me bodily convulsions right now. I'm sorry. It's not a technical issue. I'm having bodily convulsions right now, bro. Why? You question the man's pen. Now you're like, you a fake tough guy. A part of me when I first heard that, and this is not even just off multiple listens, off the first listen, I was like, that fake tough guy. Are you talking about? I didn't want to be one of those people to be like, oh, you talking about Drake? Because you know that that saying, a hit dog will holler. I didn't want to be the hit dog or the hit dog for Drake. Like, that fake tough guy shit. Oh, are you trying to talk about Drake? Like, because then that would that would make me co-sign thinking that Drake is a fake tough guy, which I don't think that's the case. All right. You guys, you with me? You good? Let me just check the chat for a second. You good? You with me? McNasty, what up? But I did kind of think the line was for him still. Because it could be a general line for everybody. Oh, all of you rappers who are fake tough guys. Are you talking about the drill guys? Because they kill each other. So I don't think you're talking about them. And you ain't going to get super specific on any of them drill niggas because they don't care that you're J. Cole. They might freaking spin the block on you, right? Are you talking about Kendrick, the good kid from the Mad City, who doesn't really try to claim tough, but you know he's affiliated. He's down with certain gangs and all that, and sets and all that type shit. And you already apologized to that nigga. So then who you talking about with the fake tough guy shit? Yo, I don't know, man. You guys might need to help me with a new name. I know J. Fold, J. Cole, all those different names that he'd been given after he bowed out of the battle. But there might need to be some kind of J. Cole name created based on how much of a traitor this guy is. Because this nigga he's a switch sider, bro. J flip-flop, bro. I know that's not a good one. It's a work in progress, but he's flip-flopped crazy. Hold on. Friday react to the mixtape and try to pretend like Cole don't rap better than Drake and K-Dot. I am not one of those people who don't think that Cole on certain days does rap better than both of those guys. And then on other days, they rap better than him. It can go either way. You know what I'm saying? But why are you dissing the boy, bro? He's not even trying to say I rap better than you. He's like, nah, you guys don't write. You're a fake tough guy. You're getting fucked by Lucian. Like, bro, where did this energy come from? And where was that energy 2 years ago when Drake was in the midst of the battle and Kendrick was calling the man all kind of PDF files? Now, 2 years later, when you got the album about to drop, oh, yeah, fuck Drake. That's some snake shit, bro.
No one believes he's a tough guy. He acts tough. No one believes it. But I do find it interesting that J. Cole is using shots that have already been thrown at Drake, namely by Pusha T and by Kendrick Lamar, questioning his identity, trying to make Drake question himself, psychoanalyzing him. He's taking angles that other rappers have already taken at Drake. This is a very popular critique on Drake.
Yo, why'd you let that sit on the screen so long there, Troy? Why you do that for, fam?
These niggas perplexing like witness protection, get whole new identities.
Yo, Drake, you got a whole new identity. You're not being yourself. Be the real you. Y'all remember Kendrick Euphoria? I like Drake with the melodies, not when he act tough.
Find peace with the audience you appeal to. Be yourself, living your truth. Niggas will feel you.
Yo, live your truth, just be you. If we didn't have the context from the other songs, I would say, yo, this could be aimed at any rapper. But with the whole tour streaming numbers not matching up bar, that's one thing. Okay. So,
yo, bro, I think top 5 choice gassing me, fam. Because I listened to these songs. Maybe I should have listened to them a few more times still. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga's gassing, bro. You know when they amp the set, like, come on, man. Yo, you let that nigga say that shit about you, and the shit wasn't about you. But like now when he's putting the shit together, I'm like, And I seen this earlier. Carol said PG Lang Troy. You think he might be a PG Lang plant? A PG plant? PG Lang plant? Cause damn, bro, when you kind of put it together like that, from one song to the other, and all the things he said on this song, like that whole mixtape or EP or whatever might be like a Drake this EP. And low key, I felt like that Might Delete Letter there was some Drake this is on there too. I'm not gonna lie. Sound effects. I might be reaching with that, but like besides the fact that he did a lot of Drake-ish type flows on that Might Delete Letter, he took a couple of shots on there too, some sneak shots. You feel me? I don't think Cole's been feeling Drake for a while. Pause.
The whole niggas sold they sold of Lucian, that's the most obvious Drake diss on here. And then you compare all that, and then he starts saying stuff like this that people have already critiqued Drake on in the past. I have to question it.
From an alternate dimension, I got lost inside of this one. Now I'm walking around and looking for a portal that works.
I gotta stop here because is that like a Portal reference from the game Portal? Alternate dimension. I got lost out of this one. Now I'm walking around and looking for a portal that works. If J. Cole really just dropped a Portal bar, dub this man the GOAT immediately.
I stay to myself. I ain't talkative. Y'all taught me not to have a heart-to-heart with a monster. They all too heartless, like the skeletons of these.
I gotta point this out as a possible Drake diss. See, I wouldn't even be.
This nigga's deep, fam. Pause. No pause. Salute to Top 5 Troy, because I didn't catch that one.
Pointing all this out without the other ones. Well, all the other little, what appear to be pop shots, when you combine them all, there does seem to be a narrative. So Cole is already talking to y'all, right? That people who was talking crazy about him, he's saying, yo, like, y'all been talking reckless, trying to disrespect me. You get disconnected from your source like a cord at the birth, etc. So he's already talking reckless on this thing already, right? So it's not like he's just not talking reckless and we're just pulling stuff out of midair. I stayed to myself. I ain't talkative. Y'all taught me not to have a heart-to-heart with a monster. They're all too heartless. What else could he be talking about? Yo, we're breaking this down together. Y'all can see at this point, this is not even annotated on Genius. Let's break this down together. What else could J. Cole be talking about if he's not talking about his song, Port Antonio?
Hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga.
Where he was basically trying to have a heart-to-heart with Drake, apologize to Drake. We have not seen them make up publicly since then. What was J. Cole doing on Port Antonio? He was trying to have a heart-to-heart with Drake. Like, yo, you still my mans and all that. I remember we was in Jamaica together. It was like a love song to Drake. Cole said, yo, y'all taught me not to have a heart-to-heart with a monster.
Oh! Damn. Calling the man a monster, bro. A monster, fam? Is Troy reaching? Because when he breaks it down and he brings the Port Antonio shit into play, you sound like you're dissing the boy again. This nigga's got a lot of deep-seated issues with Drake. What did Drake do to this nigga, bro?
They too heartless. Like skeletons, these fellas locked in the closet. Is he calling them homosexual? Woo! I smelt it from the jump. I felt awkward around her. And then look at the rest of the bars. I know y'all gonna say I'm reaching.
No, I'm here with you, bro. I wish I had some popcorn, fam, but let's go, man. Conspiracy theory, Troy.
Follow me, hear me out. Immediate bars that follow this. He says, I fell back. From what? The beef. Then you might say he's not talking about the beef. What's the very next bar after that? The beef ain't real. So it ain't no reason to squash it. I think he's talking about Kendrick here. Not a diss, but I think he's saying like, yo, my beef with Kendrick wasn't real. Like it wasn't like what Kendrick and Drake had. So really it was no reason for me to even squash it, for me to apologize.
I will not be asking Drake shit.
Am I cooking or not? I'm cooking. I think I'm cooking. So we go from, yo, y'all taught me not to have a heart-to-heart with a monster. They too heartless. So something must have happened behind the scenes. Because it's not like J. Cole and Drake made up, unless Drake is featured on the Fall Off, right? Drake probably gave Cole the cold shoulder. Like, man, fuck you. I got slaughtered by Kendrick by myself. we done talked about, it was going to be us two versus Kendrick. Then your ass left. So Cole saying like, I shouldn't even have to heart to heart with you on Port Antonio because you didn't even hear me out what I was saying. You heartless.
And you're a monster.
Like the skeleton these dudes locked in the closet. So he's not calling them homosexual. My bad, I misread that. But he's saying like, these dudes got some sick stuff going on behind the scenes. They got skeletons in their closet.
Skeleton in the closet.
What was Kendrick dissing Drake about?
Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die.
Harvey Weinstein, you're doing this and that to young people, kids.
He might be a little bit of a PG Lang plant still. Using the Kendrick bars to reference back, bro. How long did it take you to make this video? You listen, salute to Top 5 Troy. Well-deserved 24,000 views on there, brother. Good job.
Skeletons locked in the closet. Cole said, I kind of felt that way too. I felt awkward a little bit. Hey, I am speculating. To y'all credit who's saying like, you're reaching. This is pure speculation. You're right. This is pure speculation, but it makes sense, no?
Based on randomly dissing and hating on the next man.
To me, there's got to be a Joey Badass shot.
And imagine working hard as you can.
Okay.
On this album you plan, hoping it charges your brand.
And I don't even think Cole means it as a shot. I don't think he's trying to like start an issue with Joey. I think.
Okay, so we don't care about the Joey stuff. Okay. And he talks about Jid after. So what I do have, because there's speculation from those bars that does Cole have beef with Drake. But I don't know if Top 5 Troy, when he made this video, it was about 2 days ago. You know what? By the time he was making this video, he probably didn't see this. Because this happened yesterday, and salute to Rory and Maul, the new Rory and Maul show. I'm an avid listener of these guys' show, right? So they started doing more episodes a week than they used to since they're now on Netflix, right? And congratulations for the Netflix deal. They have an episode that dropped this morning, today being Friday, for the people who might watch this later. They had an episode that dropped this morning where they were actually reacting to this video that I'm about to show you guys right now, because they did this episode Wednesday night and released it on Thursday morning. So on Thursday, Maul came with the bombshell saying, you know what? I'll let him say it.
What he did. Okay. He better address why he did what he did.
Did a bit on Port. Even if you disagree with what he said, he did.
On this album, he better explain why he did what he did. He better explain why he had that conversation with Kendrick.
Okay.
And then never spoke to Drake after that again in his life. He has to explain that. He has to explain that. That's nasty. I fuck with Cole. Cole can rap his ass off. Put it in bars on why you did what you did to Drake.
Damaris is like, why are you saying this? I'm going to have to cut this out later.
Drake, bro. Don't give me all of this young Simba and this nigga and that. No. Tell the world why you had that conversation with Kendrick before that whole back and forth with him and Drake, and why you came off that tour with Drake, and after Drake gave you your first #1, and then you never spoke to Drake again.
Okay.
Current day, today, till this day, has never spoke to Drake again.
Now,
tell the world why you did that. I need to know why he did that.
Am I gonna clip this? Can I?
I need to know why he did that. Fuck it.
Is this gonna stay in this episode?
D.A. Cole, you ain't even got to. Look, I'm like this, Cole.
She's wondering because it's like, Maul's in his feelings right now, and Carol's asking saying the OVO Media Big Three, Maul, Ack, and me. Am I part of the OVO Big Three? Because I pissed them niggas off the other day with that whole let the lawsuit go. You're making Canada look bad enough already. Niggas was pissed off. So I don't know if you guys can put me in the OVO Media Big Three. I wouldn't be considered what they call an OVO. All right. Or if I am one of those ones, Jason Basin said Maul's weird. If I am considered an OVO, then I'm one of the erratic hoes that always starts problems. So I ain't gonna call myself no hoe.
You ain't even got to DM. You ain't even got to rap it. DM me, nigga.
Pause.
DM. Message me. Tell me why. What did you hear on that phone call with Sir Kendrick Lamar that made you never talk to Drake again?
Okay. And
because that's nasty. That man had you on tour. He put millions of dollars in your pocket, gave you your first #1 song.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Stop with this. Stop talking about like Cole is like some little nigga. Like Drake gave you all
Ain't
this
nobody
charity.
talking about like he a little nigga. It's a fact. I don't care what you talking about, Damaris. That's a fact. He put millions of dollars in he was just on tour with him.
Okay, you don't.
And then gave him his first #1.
Do you
and
think
then never
that Drake that Cole needs Drake to put
Maul's pissed off, bro.
millions of
I
dollars
don't say
in his
he
pocket?
needed anything. I'm talking about what he did.
Right.
He said on port, Drake, you did a lot for me. Like,
Okay, that's
what are you
fine.
talking like? You still trying to defend that nasty shit? That was nasty.
I'm not defending no nasty
First of all,
shit.
we don't know
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know.
we don't know what you're talking about.
But you speaking like, oh, don't talk like.
No,
that's what he
all
did.
I was referring to is when you're talking about one of the greatest rappers of our generation, and you're sitting up here saying he did this for you, this for you.
He did.
I'm talking.
He did.
Okay,
That's a
which is
fact.
fine,
He's a fact.
but the way you
I
word
don't
it, the
talk
way
about
okay.
how you take on
Like you guys are saying, and y'all hold me accountable all the time. Like he didn't create J. Cole because he brought him on tour and showed him all that love. Like Cole was already the guy. There's a reason why he brought him on the tour, because it was going to help bring his tour up as well.
That's fine. And I'm just reiterating.
If you take me on tour right now, and I got millions already, and you still put millions in my pocket, and I never speak to you again, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, because nobody bought tickets for Cole. It was all Drake. They all bought tickets for Drake. It was nobody bought tickets
that
for
has
Cole.
nothing to do with what I'm.
She's missing the point. She's missing the point. Don't do that, Damaris. You're smarter than that. You're missing the point, fam.
You guys are arguing like that.
That has nothing to do with him. He took the man on tour with him.
Okay.
No, you my man. Yo, come on. Let's go. Let's get this bag together. He did that. Let's bust this bag down together. Come on, we out. We just got this #1 song. Let's go. And then you never speak to me again? That's crazy, bro. That's insane. I don't care what nobody. That is crazy.
So to go against your point prior, I would love to hear Drake's perspective of that on Iceman as well.
I would too.
Hold on. Let me address this comment over here. Ghost Nerd wants to know, I don't know if Maul's story is adding up. Didn't he say Drake wasn't picking up earlier? I feel like he might have said that on Port Antonio, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like it's Cole's to talk about it because he's the one that did what he did. Drake don't know why he did that.
Okay.
When he gonna speak to Cole, why you did what you did? He gonna ask us questions? Nigga, we don't know.
Yeah.
Cole got to be the one to talk about, Leo. This is why, I spoke to Kendrick. Even if Kendrick was like, I'm about to say some nasty shit about him. At least Cole Drake can be like, yo, bro, he just want to fade with you. He don't even want it with me. He said he wants you on a one-on-one. Even if Cole did that to Drake, I'm not mad. But you never spoke to this nigga again in your life? Y'all can't sit here and tell me that's not weird behavior, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Maul.
Let's let that breathe for a second, and let's do some adding and subtracting. Let's do some math over here. So if we take that, add it together with all of the different things that he said on this new mixtape, that Top 5 Troy, I think did a pretty good job, and a phenomenal job, let's say, because I believe everything he said. I'm down for the conspiracy theories. Every bar that Top 5 Troy broke down was about Drake. So let's add that together with this new Birthday Blizzard mixtape, Drake Diss mixtape. Subtract the 7-minute drill. What do we have here? Does J. Cole have smoke with Drake? Because you went and ran and apologized to the West Coast dude, said, I'm sorry, King Kendrick. I was losing sleep about dissing you. But I ain't gonna lose sleep about dissing that white light-skinned nigga, Canadian ass nigga. I'll sleep well. I'm just adding sauce on that one. But like, okay. One in the chat, if Cole, when I put all that math together, really has smoke with Drake. Okay. 2 in the chat is like, nah, your math is off, Friday. Your math is off. Your math is completely off. You don't know what you're talking about. Cole got no problems with Drake. Just continue the video, bro. We don't know what you're talking about. All right. Flyboy Music says they have an issue for sure. Yes, they have an issue, but I'm asking, does Cole got an issue with that nigga? Because they spoke on the phone. Listen, I don't know if Drake has an issue with him. We'll save that for another day as far as a question. But I want to know, does Cole got an issue with that light-skinned braid head nigga over there in the embassy or sometimes in Houston or wherever he got to be? You know what I'm saying? He got a problem with that guy? The rapping, singing nigga? You got a problem with him? Let me know. 1 in the chat if he do got a problem with him. 2 in the chat if it's like, nah, Friday, he ain't got no problem with him, bro. Listen to Port Antonio. He said he missed the bro. He missed the bro. Because, fam, I don't mind if you got a problem with niggas. That's cool. Y'all niggas is grown men. You guys have whatever issues you guys got between each other. It's just kind of snakish, though, fam. And if it's not snakish, if we're going to give Cole the benefit of the doubt because he's supposed to be a good youth, then what did Drake do to him where he can be cool with Kendrick, but he can't be cool with Drake, even though Drake came out on the losing end of that battle? Then if we're going to believe Cole as being a good youth, then, and give him the benefit of the doubt, then it's Drake's fault. Right? Because you made cool with Kendrick. Then Kendrick went on and proceeded to do whatever he did, which also includes a lawsuit with defamation of character after all of the smoke cleared. But you're cool with him, but you ain't cool with the nigga who came out on the losing end of the battle that you helped start. To me, that's some snake shit. Okay? And I fuck with Cole's music, but that's some snake shit, brother. That's some snake shit, brother. Ooh. You gotta cut the grass low these days, bro.
What outside of what we were just yelling at each other about, you do know
and
that
I'm
that's
sorry,
not.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the moment.
I'm using a little loud, a little aggressive. I'm start flipping these black magics.
Never yelling at you. Yelling at the moment. Like how Simba is talking about the moment, I'm yelling at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm saying is, you do know that
pod talks to each other. We're not yelling at each other.
I don't know. I be getting caught up in the moment. I'll start swinging. I don't know. But
See, same. You in the moment. Somebody get punched in the moment. You're like, oh shit, I ain't mean to hit you.
What I'm saying is, you do know that the reason why I had said, do y'all want me to cut this out? You do know that, like how me and Rory just said, we don't know these people. We don't know this. The things that you're talking about they're not common knowledge to either us or the rest of the people in the world. People do not know that. You do know that. People do not know that Drake and Cole have not spoken. I did not know that. Rory did not know that. People do not know that. Okay.
Because he probably spoke to Drake in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? Drake probably told him, bro, I ain't talked to this fuck nigga for like a year, bro. Let me ask this nigga a question over here who jumped in the chat. Big salute to O'Neal. He says, is this the one? No, it's this one over here. O'Neal, who the hell is Kendrick? Let me read this over here. Kendrick told him, if you get involved, I'm going to bleed you like I'm going to bleed Drake. Who the fuck is Kendrick that Cole is supposed to be like, okay, Kendrick? Is this nigga Debo or something? Like, yo, Cole, you better get out the way because you don't want me to do to you what I'm going to do to that nigga. And then that nigga's just chop liver, and he says, okay, Kendrick, I'll back off. My bad, massa. Roby doobie. Like, nah, bro. If the nigga's a man, he'd be like, who are you talking to, fam? Like, I ain't got a pen? Who you telling to back off? I can get in the booth if I want to get in the booth. Like, come on, fam. Kendrick's not the freaking... Listen, I know they call him the boogeyman, but them people that he got into a battle with, if Cole decided to engage, were very proficient rappers and would be able to handle themselves. And if Drake took a better strategy, he would have won. Okay? I'm not going to glaze or I'm not going to freaking cope when it comes to the battle. He didn't lose because he wasn't a better rapper. He lost because he didn't do a better strategy than Kendrick. But lyrically, those guys both did their goddamn thing. And Kendrick didn't beat him off of lyrical prowess. Like, not like us. It's not the most lyrical, spiritual shit. It's just a good bop with some freaking hard shots in there. It's a battle. It's not all about the lyricism part. It's about you going to be able to get this nigga and get the crowd saying, going, oh! And Kendrick got that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to ask me, Family Matters, one of the best lyrical performances from Drake in a long time. He was kind of on cruise control, and then the Family Matters and the push-ups too. This nigga woke up like, oh, yo, hold on, where's my pen? You feel me? Drake ain't no fucking slouch. These niggas talk about Kendrick like, how dare you speak about him? Fuck Kendrick.
Okay, you know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're okay with people now having that information that you are privy to that we were not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
So
I'm not saying I don't know what was spoken about.
Okay.
I know that he never spoke to this man again, which is crazy.
And as a
That's
fan,
insane to me.
I would want to hear why. Just as a music fan, not as a gossip,
bro,
like just as a
about?
fan, I would like to know it in raps. I don't want them to do interviews.
Damaris, if you come in here right now, every day you with your homegirl, and then one day you ain't with, you think not on time, I'm like, yo, what's up with your homegirl you used to be with all the time? Like, you ain't,
because he was trying to be.
Maybe. I'm like, yo, what happened to homie? You like, I'm gonna be like, whoa. That was your man. You used to, every day y'all was together. Don't give me the, I don't talk to her no more.
So were they mans or were they business partners?
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Damaris.
From my understanding, from what I mean, me looking at it, I don't know like anybody's personal relationships, but I would think that they was friends. They had years of history together. Of fucking with each other, rocking with each other.
Have years of history together because they make good money together doesn't always mean that they're friends.
That's a fact.
And doesn't always mean
that's a fact.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I think what Maul is saying, even knowing that information that we don't know, he's still asking for both sides to say why.
Which makes sense to me.
Maul's not saying he knows how close his friends they were, but he just knows the information that they haven't spoken.
I just know before that happened, they were
hugging on stage, and then they went to not hugging on stage.
They was just doing first-person shooter at every stadium, rocking. And we was all like that. Even you was like, that song is hard.
And now, man is dissing you in his new mixtape. Oh, what a tangle web we weave. I don't know, gang. I gotta listen to the fall off and see what happens. You know what? We gotta hear from Drake. He's been kind of quiet lately, bro. You know, not to say that like he got to be on social media every day, posting on his feed and stuff like that. And he does post. I see him posting a couple of things in his story, but like, we need this Iceman shit to drop, because to be honest, if we ain't gonna get to hear how you feel about shit in the interview, then drop the music so we can hear how address some of this shit. You feel me? Because he's the one who told Maul this shit, in my opinion. I think he's the one who told Maul this shit. So if that's the case, then I want to hear the full story on Iceman or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's salute to all parties involved. This is not going to stop me from going to check out the Fall Off album when it drops in a few days, actually. All right. So salute to J. Cole, or not. I can't salute you, J. Cole. Let me stop there. I can't salute you, J. Cole. That's some snake behavior. I'm gonna go pre the music because I fuck with you as a rapper. But right now, I'm kind of looking at you sideways as far as being the good you that I thought you were. You feel me? So I'm gonna put you on probation right now as far as how I feel about your ethics as a man. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.